In this video, I am going to explain how to take the input from the user. Many ways we can take the input from the user. In this video, I am going to explain how to take the input from the user by using the scanner class methods. Scanner is a predefined class in Java. This is present in the java.util package. It is present in the java.util package. Okay, it is present in the java.util package. Whenever you want to use the methods of this class, first you have to import. First you make this one to available to your class. In this scanner class, okay, util package has many classes. In that one is what? Scanner. Inside this scanner class, many non-static methods are there. For example, it has the method next boolean. Okay, by calling these methods, we can take the boolean type of input from the keyboard, either true or false. Second one is next byte. When I call this method, it reads the byte type values from the keyboard. Next short, it reads the short type value from the keyboard. Next int, it reads the integer values from the keyboard. Next long, it reads the long type value from the keyboard. Next float, it reads the float type values from the keyboard. Next double, it reads the double type values from the keyboard. Next, it reads the string type value from the keyboard. Next line, it reads the sentences from the keyboard. Remember it, next char is not there. To read the character, we have to use a different technique. Next boolean, next byte, next short, next int, next long, next float, next double, next line. These are all the predefined non-static methods which are present in the scanner class. Whenever you want to read the boolean type values, true or false, okay, you have to call the next boolean method. Next boolean, it returns the primitive boolean. Next byte returns the primitive byte. Next short returns the primitive short. Next int returns the primitive int. Next long returns the primitive long, primitive float, primitive double, like a next and next line. These two are reads the content from the user or content from the keyboard in the form of what? String. These are all the non-static methods are present inside which class? Scanner class. Okay. By calling these methods, we can take the input from the user. In the C and C++, in the C, we are using a scanf function to read the input from the keyboard. The same way, here, these functions, next boolean, next byte, next short, next int, next long, next float, next double, next and next line. In C and C++, we call it as a function. In Java, we call it as a methods. Okay, because here everything is present inside a class. Okay, there is no difference to function and methods. Just in a Java, everything is what? Method, because all the functions are present inside a class. By calling these methods, we can read the input from the user. Next boolean, next byte, next short, next int, next long, next float, next double, next and next line. Okay, these are all the methods are present inside your which class? Scanner class. Okay, next go further. Now I'm going to explain with one example. I want to read my age from the user. For that, I am going to write one program class. Here I am giving the class name is what? Read age. Read age. Everything should be inside a method. Public static void main. String array as an argument. Okay. So first I want to ask the user to enter your age. Enter your age. Okay, when I run this program, output is displayed like this. For example, it display enter your age. Okay, it display like this, enter your age. That time I should be enter from the, I am pressing from the keyboard, I am pressing 29. Okay, when I press the 29, this one I should be read in my program. To read 29 is a which type value? Okay, let's assume it's a integer type value. To read the integer, either you can use byte, short, int, long. My intention, I want to read as a integer. For that purpose, I want to call the nextInt method. I want to call the which method? NextInt method. But nextInt is not present in the program. NextInt is present inside where? Scanner class. Okay. For that purpose, first, whenever you want to read, first what you have to do? Make that scanner class available in your what? Program. Make that one to available. How to make that one to available? Import. Where it is present? Java dot util dot scanner. First you have to import java.util dot what? Scanner. Java.util dot scanner. Okay, after importing, for example in C++, whenever you want to use the scanf and printf, first you are writing include std.io.h. Now the same way, whenever you want to use scanner class in your program, first you have to import. How to import? Java.util dot scanner. Once you import, okay, in Java, anything if you want to access, you should be create a object. If you want to access, in detail I will explain what is object and everything, just this purpose. These are all the methods are present inside which class? Scanner class. Any class non-static method if you want to call, first you have to create a object. How to create an object for scanner class? Scanner sc equal to new scanner. Okay, I want to new is a keyword, new scanner. I want to take the input from the user. That is the reason I am giving system dot what? In. Like this we have to create a object to a scanner class. sc dot new scanner system dot in. Okay, now this is the object, this is the reference. What is the reference name I given here? sc I have given. Through this reference we can call the method. By using this sc we can call the method. You can call boolean, byte, short, int, any out of these any one methods you can call. But when I call the next float, you can read the floating point value. When I call the next boolean, you can read the true or false. When I read the next line, it reads the string. But now I want to read what? Integer. That is the reason you have to call the method nextInt. How to call the method what? NextInt. sc.nextInt. Okay. When I call this one, it reads. Okay, whatever. If you enter 29, it reads 29. If you enter 100, it reads 100. Okay, it reads and returns. Okay, in the future you want to use means that should be store. If you want to store, what is required? Variable is required. So here I am using the variable name is what? Age. Okay, whenever you want to use the variable, you must be specify the data type. I want the age as a which type? Int type. So I am using what? Int. Okay. See, like this, if you want to read the integer means first you have to create a scanner class object. By using that reference you have to call the method. When you call that method, it reads and returns whatever we read, that one I stored in the variable what? Age. Now I want to print system.out.println user entered age is. Okay, here you have to use the plus to concatenate. User entered age is what? That turn I stored in the variable what? Age. Okay, it print like this. User entered age is 29. If you enter 29. If you enter 100, it will print user entered age is 29. What is the output it will give? Here it will print user entered age is 29. Like that it display the output. Close the main method and close the class. Okay, like this how to read the input from the user. Okay, I am going to explain with another one example. Okay, if you are not understood here, listen. Now I want to read my mobile number. Enter your mobile number. You will ask. I want to write the program to read my mobile number. Okay, in Java everything should be inside what? Class. Here I am giving the class name is what? Read mob. Okay, everything should be inside which one? Main method. String array as an argument. Okay, listen. Whenever I want to read the mobile number has a 10 digit. When I want to read the 10 digit is not possible to store it in the int type, byte type or short type. 10 digit numbers we can store only in the what? Long type. So that is the reason now I want to read the long type values from the user. Whenever I want to read the long type values from the user, I want to call the which method? Next long method I want to call. Where this next long method is present? It is present inside a scanner class. Okay, if the scanner class is available, then only can possible to create a object. Is the scanner class is available in my program? No, it is available in the java.util package. It is available in the what? Java.util package. So first you make this scanner class to available my program. How to make this one to available my program? By importing. For example, in C and C++, which are not available, we are including. Like that same, which are not available in our program in Java, we have to import. Import is a keyword. Import java.util.scanner. You have to import. After importing, then you have to create a object for this one, because anything if you want to call, you have to create an object. Scanner, how to create? You can use any reference. Here I am using the reference is what? KB. Create an object. In Java we are using new keyword followed by the class name scanner. I want to read from the system, that is the reason system.in. System.in. Like this you have to create a scanner class object. Then you should ask the user println enter your mobile number. Okay, when I display to read use the reference. What is the reference? KB. Which method? Next long method. Next long. Okay, it reads. When I run this program, first display enter your mobile number. You will enter 974064220. You enter whatever you entered, it reads and return. In further in your program or in your application you want to use, you must be store. To store you need a variable. Okay, here I am using the variable name is what? Mob. Okay, whenever you want to use a variable name, that one should be declared. You want which type? Long type. So you are using the keyword what? Long. Long is a keyword or data type, which mob is become a long type. Whatever you enter, that one is stored in the variable what? Mob. Then in the future you want to display, you can display it. Your mobile number is, okay, here you have to use the plus to concatenate. Present inside which variable? Mob. It is displayed. Close the main, close the class. Okay, now I am saving this file in the name what? readmob.java. Okay, now I want to execute this one. What is the first step? Compilation. Okay, java c readmob.java. If there is no any compile time error, it get compiled successfully. After that you want to execute. You have to use the command what? Java, give the class name readmob. Okay, when I execute, first it display line by line is execute. It display enter your mobile number. Enter your mobile number. Okay, I enter 9740642202. It reads as a long. Then it reads and stored in the variable. After that it displayed your mobile number is present inside which variable? MOB. Okay, it displays this 9740642202. Okay, like this, anything if you want to read from the user, Okay, you can use the buffer reader also to read. In this class I am going to explain by using the scanner class methods to read the input from the user. Whenever you want to read the input from the user by using the scanner class method, first you have to import. Okay, import the scanner class, then create an object to a scanner class. How to create an object to a scanner class? New scanner system.in. See, scanner class, remember it, class means always first letter must be capital. System is also class, scanner is also class, system.in. Okay, sir, why you have to pass system.in? I will explain while explaining the constructor injection. It will comes in the design pattern. Just remember it, whenever you want to create a scanner class, you should be create like this. This KB is a reference, even you can use a keyboard, scanner, SC, okay, in, anything you can use. Okay, KB is the reference of which class? Scanner class. By using this reference, we can call all the scanner class method like next int, next float, next double, next long, next char, anything you can call. Okay, based on your requirement. Okay, this is the logic to read the mobile number from the user. Okay, the same way I want to read the my name and my age. Now I want to read the two items from the user. Okay, when I run the program, I want to read the two items, name and my age I want to read. Okay, let's take example. Right, class, everything should be in the class, read details. I given the class name read details. Okay, I want to read the input. I am using the scanner class. So what is the first statement? Import. Make first scanner class available in my program. Import java.util.scanner. Write public static void main string array as an argument. Okay. First, once you imported, create a scanner class object. Scanner SCN. I give one SCN. You can use any name. Okay, how to create an object? New keyword scanner class name scanner. Then you have to pass what? System.in. Then give the statement to any user. Enter the name. Okay, I want to read name. To read the name, you can use the next line or next. Here I am just using the next to read. scn.next. I call the method what? Next. Next we are using to read the string type values from the user. Only next. scn. It is a reference. Dot next. Okay, it reads the name. This one you want to store. Okay, it returns which type? String type. So I am using the string type. I am receiving that one in the variable what? N. Okay, next, after reading the name, I want to read the age. I am asking the user to enter your age. Enter your age. Okay, age I want to read as a integer. Okay, use the reference. Okay, only one reference is enough. Okay, by using that reference, you can call n number of times that methods. Scan next int. Next int. This is to read the name. This one is to read the age. Okay, this in next int returns integer, so you have to use the integer variable int age. I stored in the variable what? Age. Okay, see, in your program, whenever you want to call the scanner class methods, you have to create the object only once. Here I am calling two methods, next and next int, but created the object only once. No need to create two times. Remember it. Scan, this is to read the name, this one is to read the integer. After that, you can display here system.out.println your name, present inside which variable? N. Concatenate by using the plus n. And system.out.println your age, present inside which variable? Age. Okay, close the main method and close the class. When I run this program, what happen? First, it prints this one, enter the name. I am enter the name is what? Raghu. Then enter your age. Second line it's print. enter your age. That one I am going to enter 29. Okay. Next, what happened? It display these two. Now your name, present inside each variable n. What is there in the n? Raghu. Just print what? Raghu. Then your age, that is present inside variable age. What is there in the age? 29, because you enter 29. If you enter 290, it print 290 only. That's it. Okay, like this you have to use the print scanner class methods to read the input from the user. Okay. So always remember it, whenever you use the next int, you should be catched by using int. Whenever you use the next, you should be catched by using a string. When I use the byte, you should be catched by using a byte type variable. So this is the logic to read the input from the user. See, whenever I want to read the input in Java by using a scanner class, first import, then create a object. After that reference, we can call the any of the scanner class methods. First you have to import. Okay. Import, create an object, then you can call the methods. Okay, just remember it like this, you have to create a object. So why system.in, I will explain while explaining the constructor injection design pattern. Okay, this is about a scanner class.